Hi everybody, welcome back to Ultraman Glen. Today we're going to talk about goal setting. What does it look like, why it's important, and how to start off. So first off, what is goal setting? Goal setting is whenever you get it into your head that if you want to do something, you want to do it to the best of your abilities. If you want to make something happen, whether that's run a fast 5k or whether that's run a marathon or 200 mile or 100 mile race or whatever that goal is for you, first off, that goal should be an important goal for you. There should be a reason behind why you actually want to go out and achieve that goal. And as I say, personal to you, so it doesn't matter what anybody else's goals are or anybody else is doing. As long as you have a reason why you want to achieve that goal, it gives you a much greater chance of going out and achieving it. Maybe you're not a goal setter. Maybe you've never set goals before and you've just kind of rocked up and you've done some races and you've been able to do well in them. Deep down, somewhere along the line, that goal will be in there of going. You mightn't have even noticed it. You might have just been a case of, oh, I want to run a 5k to get some fitness, or I want to run 100 mile just to see if I can run it, or I want to run a marathon in under 4 hours. Whatever that goal has been, you maybe just thought it and you actually haven't thought of it as a goal. You just thought, oh, that's something I want to do. Now what's the difference between the like of wanting to do something, an unrecognised goal, let's call it, or an actual goal where you have tried your best to achieve that goal? For me, I suppose the difference in the two is structure. You don't just come up with a goal or think once about, oh, I'd like to do that, and go and do it. There's actually structure to that achievement. You kind of have worked out why you want to do it and how you're going to achieve it. And that can be as simple as following a running program, or that can be as in-depth as following a running program to a full fitness program, including a mental strength program. All the things that will definitely help you achieve a goal and give you a much greater likelihood of achieving it well. For me, I very much usually go the full out, the whole hog, to achieve my goals. Once I set something down and get it into my head that that's what I want to achieve, I usually bring everything I can to the table to make sure that I try and achieve that goal. How hard should your goals be? This is an incredible personal thing, but for me, I've always used the concept of, if I really don't know I can achieve it, and that's my goal, it should always scare me if it's to motivate me to continue to train hard and do what I need to do till achieve that goal. A little example for me is whenever I ran my first marathon, I wanted to do something different, another challenge. I decided Ironman triathlon was it for me, and the distances used to just completely blow my mind, freak me out, and that was enough to motivate me to do the research, to figure out what I needed to do to achieve that goal, and to put it down on paper and go after it. If you have a goal that you think, oh, I would like to run a 25-minute K, and you're running 26 minutes comfortably, that goal might not be enough to actually spur you on to do the extra that you need to do to achieve that. For me, maybe everybody's different, but I've seen it over the years from the people I've trained with and the people I have helped to achieve goals. that the ones that you think, wow, is that really possible? And then you convince yourself it is possible, and you come up with a way of achieving it. They're the most important goals, and they're the ones that you get the most satisfaction out of whenever you complete. Once you have established your goal, once you have figured out exactly what that goal is, what you want to achieve, next comes the hard part, the actual planning of the goal, the taking the action every day to move you a step closer to that goal, to write it down. I like to have my goals written down. I like to have them constantly reminded what that goal is, what I'm training for, so that it keeps me honest, it keeps me focused on what I'm actually training for. The hard days where you don't want to get out of bed, wet weather, whenever it sucks outside, maybe you're tired, maybe you've had a shitty day at work, whatever it is, there's always going to be lots of reasons why you shouldn't go out and train, or shouldn't go out and take a step closer to your goal. Having that goal written down, having your reason why written down, leaves that you can have a look at that at any time and refresh the mind to help you go and achieve it. There's one other aspect of achieving goals that I think is really underlooked, and certainly I know in the last 6 years, whenever my goals have got bigger and more challenging, and again scaring the shit out of me, and I really didn't know if I could achieve it, is the mental aspect of goal setting. And the way this comes across for me is every night before I go to sleep, I think of my goal, I think of my training, I think of what I have to do to achieve that goal. Last 5 minutes before I go to sleep, it's the last thing that enters my mind. This is what I have to achieve, this is what I said I was going to achieve, this is how I'm going to achieve it. And then any times I get during the day, whenever I feel myself having a quiet moment, maybe at lunchtime or during the day whenever everything's not going mad in the office, I'll remind myself of my goals, have that couple of minutes thinking about it, visualising it, seeing it happen. And while you're doing that, call it visualisation, call it law of attraction, whatever name or title you put on it, the most powerful way for it to work is while you're thinking it. Don't just visualise yourself crossing the line, don't just think of yourself doing the training, feel it, feel them emotions, get that emotion connected to your subconscious, and that is really, really powerful effect, the two things combined. So not only are you visualising yourself doing it, but your emotions that you feel crossing the line, the emotions that you feel as you're doing the event, the emotions that you feel leading up to it, after it, feel all them emotions while you're seeing it happen in your mind. It has a huge powerful effect to going along and helping you achieve your goals. One last thing whenever it comes to goal settings, and I'm still a bit of a mixed bag with this one, don't be frightened to tell people your goals. I know it's scary, I know it can be very daunting thinking about the potential for failure. You've told people you want to run a 3.5 hour marathon, you've told people you want to run a 18-minute 5k, you've told people whatever it is that you want to finish a 200-mile event or a 1,000k trail run for dementia. Whatever you've told yourself, whatever goal you've set, if you really, really want to increase your chance of achieving it, along with the actual setting the goals, writing down the goals, the visualization, the feeling, the emotions of the race day. Along with that, you want to tell people what your goal is. And this can be the really hard part, because some people might laugh and go, that'll never happen, or you're not able to do that. Or maybe you're telling yourself you're not able to do that. Actually telling people your goal makes it a lot more realistic. Some people can say, oh, it adds pressure to you having to do it. Well, not really if you're doing the training, if you're putting in the sacrifice to do the hard work, you're taking the action to move a step closer to your day. If you've already got that goal, you're telling yourself that goal over and over and over again in your mind. It's just another reinforcement telling other people. And I don't know about you, but I know for me, I'd rather set goals and miss them than not set goals at all. Hopefully you find this video helpful. If you have, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thanks for taking the time to watch. Chat soon.